Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back. With nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome everyone to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast for women over 50. I almost said over 60. It's for all of us.
It's for everybody.
And we have a show that's a little bit opposite from the last one, which was talking about things that are worth the money. We're going to talk about things that are just not worth the money now. And before we do that, let's go over some things that are on our radar. And also, we have an organizational tip at the end. Do you want to share with us what that's going to be, just to keep everybody's interest up?
Share it now?
No.
Oh.
Just tease it.
Tease it. Okay. Let's see.
Like, what room is it about? What are we going to talk about?
The whole home.
Oh, the whole home.
It's
okay,
the
so
whole
it's
home, everybody.
Okay. Very all-encompassing.
Yes.
Okay. So we always like to start with some things that are on our radar currently. And for me, I will say that there's no one TV show that has my full attention right now.
Okay.
I've always loved the movies, the Legally Blonde universe. And so we were watching Elle, which is, I mean, it's very young. It's, I think it's a little young for us.
Yeah.
But we're watching it, and there are some things that are enjoyable about it. And then there's some other things that we're rolling our eyes. But it's really just a placeholder right now. We're waiting for the next Ted Lasso. We went ahead and tuned in, but we're so spoiled.
I don't think there's much, though, right now.
There's not.
It's
we have to
really
wait for the
bad
next
right now.
episode of Ted Lasso.
Same with Lioness. We've been watching that.
Oh, yeah. How is that?
Oh, it's great.
Should we go back and start that?
Oh, yeah. It's great. I love it. But it's the once a week.
Yeah.
Where you can't binge watch it that kind of annoys me a little bit.
So that's Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. And
what is it about?
Nicole Kidman and the other girl, and I can't remember her. Oh, Zoe Saldana.
Okay. Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, who's amazing. They're in the CIA, and they're operatives. And so her life is secret. Like no one can know, but she's married and has 2 kids. Kind of like The Americans. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I'm very familiar with the premise.
I loved that. That was amazing. But it's kind of like that, except Nicole Kidman plays a big role as her boss. And so it's really good. It's, and everyone that was in Yellowstone seems to be in this. He just keeps reusing.
Oh, so is it by Tyler Sheridan?
Oh, yeah, it's a Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan? Okay.
Yeah, I'm into all his
Lioness.
shows. He's my person.
All right, I saw a trailer for the new season, and it looked fantastic.
It's good.
So I hadn't thought about going back and watching it until now. So now I actually will think about that. Let's see, what else is on my radar? So this is such a strange, weird thing, but for the first time, I didn't used to get my nails done, but I decided, I have all of these little things that I say, Eden in her 60s does this.
Oh.
And so one of them is, wears her jewelry, meaning like I have a ring that I rarely put on, but now I make a point to put it on every day. Like I wear my jewelry.
That's
instead of
so
letting
good.
it sit in a drawer. And Eden in her 60s gets her nails done.
Okay.
Because it makes me feel a little bit more buttoned up, a little more put together. And I was getting my nails done, and without asking, the manicurist filed them into an oval, which I usually did more of a square across the top. And I love it.
Oh.
I love it. And so I've never had an oval-shaped fingernail before. I think it's just old school. I never think twice about it. My mom always has hers square.
Right.
My grandmother always had hers squares.
I have mine square, kind of.
Yeah, I just think that's kind of, and because I have such little bitty fingernails, it kind of looks, I don't know, I just love it.
Yeah, and I have the opposite. I have fat fingers, fat fingernails. You know what I mean? They're wide. They're not like dainty little.
Yeah.
But I quit doing manicures.
I
in
noticed
my
that.
60s. I do it myself. I just do that SE
Well, they look great. That wouldn't.
And I just do them myself because I I can't sit still anymore.
I'm having a hard time sitting still
Yeah.
for it. It really is. This is only my third time getting them done since I decided to start getting them done, and it's very difficult for me to sit still
Yeah,
for.
it's just very hard to do both.
And I go a little longer than most people probably would go, like 3 weeks or so. So you can almost always see the.
Okay,
see
and that was
they-
another
made it-
thing I
yeah.
didn't like. The
They're
minute it
growing them
started to grow out
But I
a
felt
little
like I
bit.
remembered you having like some longer nails. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
always look beautiful
Well,
now, but
I appreciate that, but I just could not sit for both anymore, and I had to pick. So I picked my toes for the pedicures.
Sure.
And said I'm just going to get my favorite colors from Essie, and I just do them myself. And it's that quick dry line they
Yeah.
have, so it dries
Target.
like instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
ESSE.
Yeah. ESSIE.
Okay.
And it's in like this weird shaped bottle.
Yeah,
You
they're-
know, and it's just 2 steps. That's it. And you
They
don't
look
put
great.
it under a light, and I'm just done sitting
They look
still.
great, and who knows if I'll stick with this because it is very tough for me to, one, part with the money because you know me, I don't like to do that, and two, to go and sit there.
Right.
But I'm trying to force it because once
look
it's
great,
done,
though.
thank you. Once it's done, I just feel more polished.
Right.
The other thing I've been doing that makes me feel much more polished. And put together is, and I don't necessarily think it's the most flattering for me, but but I have to think that what I lack in a good forehead, I make up for in my confidence when I do it. But I've been wearing my hair all pulled back. I think it's ever since I saw that thing about the like facelift you get from wearing a tight ponytail. So I've just been wearing, not today, I don't have it done today, but just like wearing a ponytail with everything off my face. No bangs.
Oh, wow,
No
you're brave.
fringe. And yeah, I've been doing that a
Yeah.
little bit more than I ever had before.
But I like your long hair. You didn't like your long
Thank you.
hair anymore? I
No.
mean, wearing it down and long.
No, I do
Oh.
like that,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's just, like on any given like weekday or Sunday, maybe if I'm not working or whatever,
Oh,
just like
I see.
pulling it all back
Yeah.
instead of trying to sit there and curl the
yeah.
front or
Yeah,
do
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, weekends
So-
are made for none of that.
Yeah. So anyway, just little things like that I'm trying to do to make myself feel just a little more put together instead of just sloppy.
Okay, and you know what's on my radar?
What?
A printer. You're putting yourself together, and I'm having such trouble trying to figure out the whole printer thing because I have an HP printer,
Okay.
and the color ink was like almost gone. Like when it was printing, it looked terrible. So I go to because I had to have it right away. Okay. So I go to like one of those stores, Home Office Depot, Staples, and I go, listen, they didn't ever send me my printer tape. Because, when you have an HP, they have to send you the ink. They have to send it to you.
They do?
You're in some program that they've
Oh,
enrolled
okay.
you in. And I didn't realize that. Like, yes, they were sending it to me, but I didn't realize you still couldn't go to the store and pick it up. So I went to the store, and he's like, no, they will not let you use their brand from the store.
What?
As long as you are in their program. I said, well, how do I get out of their program? This is old me
This
with
is wild.
with this 19-year-old boy, and he's like, give me your phone.
Yeah,
One
hand
of
it
those.
over.
And I had to get out of the program they had automatically signed me up for. Then he said sometimes they make you wait 3 full days before you can use the store ink. Now, this is their brand, so they're still making
I've
money,
never
right?
heard of such a
Okay.
thing.
Thank God I bought it, and they said if it doesn't work, you can bring it back. It worked, like using their ink from the store, and I said never again, because you can get other printers where they don't supply you the ink. You can go and get it on Amazon, whatever. So this is what they've done now. If you put it in and you haven't canceled your subscription, it won't print. Like they'll jam it they will. So I was so frustrated the other day
This sounds like science fiction.
yes, and I print for my work. Okay, like labels and stuff. So I was like, I can't believe I'm having to deal with this. So I'm sorry, HP, but you have lost. I've only in my whole life ever had HP printers. Of course, my daughter's laughing because she doesn't have a printer. And I'm like, yeah, but that's because you come over to my house and use my printer. So anyway, I am on the hunt for a brand new, easy to use, no ink problem printers. That's when I'm on the lookout, whether it's Epson, Canon, I don't know what.
Never heard of this.
Yes. And this is what
I will tell you, I know 100% that it's a giant scam where your printer will still tell you you're out of ink when you're really not.
Yes.
But I didn't know that they could also tell where you got it from.
Yes, and they will not let you use it even though it's their ink. You're not buying some knockoff brand. It's HP ink. I mean, this is what I spent like 3 hours of my life doing the other day. And that's why I said I'll never buy one again, because you're even spending your time doing this is ridiculous. So
that's insane.
Yes. So that's what's on my radar, a new printer.
Okay, that I would want that new printer just to get that. I would be afraid that I'd be taking that other printer somewhere to dispose of it and it would turn on me. Oh, like it feels like it's alive.
Well, or I feel like even when I don't have it anymore, which is going to be very soon, that you can't get out of it no matter what. Like somehow they're either going to charge me again for something, they're going to start sending me ink like crazy, and I'm going to have to deal with that. And by the way, there's nowhere to talk to anybody. And I know everyone's going to say, well, that's everywhere. But literally, and when I did the little chat bot thing to talk, that when we'd get to the part where how do I unsubscribe from your program, they'd go, oops, sorry, we have a problem, come back later. Every single time.
The audacity.
Yes. So the whole thing's a scam. That's where I have come to right now.
I'm afraid you're going to go to unplug it and get a spark, and it's going to say, what are you doing, Christine?
Yeah. It's going to be like that show I watch, Black Mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be where my printer does something very strange in the middle of the night.
It's going to start mentioning things that you...
yell when
you've printed before. Like, remember that letter you were going to write?
Right. Exactly.
Wow. That's really, really crazy and scary. Okay, so ginger tea.
Okay.
And not just tea. I'm talking about, it's really not tea. It's just straight up ginger powder that you put in hot water. And I get it at Trader Joe's. It's very inexpensive. And it's no sugar, nothing. It's just ground up ginger. Probably the same stuff you could buy in a jar as a spice. And I drink it with hot water. And it is potent.
I was going to say, that must be
awful. It burns your nose a little bit.
And why are we doing this?
I enjoy it. I like
what?
the zing. I feel like it clears my sinuses and my throat a little bit. And
it doesn't give you a stomach ache? See, that would irritate the lining of my stomach.
Ginger is something that people take for nausea. It's good for you.
Okay. Yeah. People used to drink that vinegar stuff too.
Oh, the apple cider vinegar.
And I mean, I did that one time and I thought my throat was on fire all the way down to the bottom part of my stomach. So that one I stayed away from after one time. And then I made my husband do it because I knew exactly what it tastes like. And he's like, I should have videotaped him doing it. He's like, what did I just drink? So
that would be funny.
Yeah.
We'll have to give him some of this ginger.
Yeah, I'll have to give him a ginger one. So it's not like a shot, a ginger shot.
No, ginger shots are, it's
a
very
different thing.
No, this is like drinking hot tea, but it's so potently ginger. And you can use less than a full packet in your drink. I'm drinking it right now. It's in my cup over there. Yeah.
You're brave.
It's good. I like it. It's tasty. What else? You got anything else?
No,
that's it?
I've been so involved in a printer that I have not had time for anything else. That's all I've had time for, is trying to find a new one. And then I went down the rabbit hole of researching a new printer because I didn't want to end up with anything like this ever again. So that was a whole nother thing because I'm like hearing everybody's reviews and whatever. So yeah, that's all I have time for.
All right, so we'll get into our topic then, which is contrary to the last one, which was things that are definitely worth spending a little more on, whether there's something that is very expensive or it's really just something that you have a choice and you don't have to go for like the best top of the line. So we're doing the flip of that. And so for me, I'm going to start and I'm going to say sunscreen. And when I say that, I don't mean you want to be, obviously you want to be observant of the SPF and of having the ingredients you want, or if you want mineral versus chemical or whatever. But there are some pretty solid dupes out there of some pretty pricey sunblocks.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm going to go on first and just say I I think you can look at the ingredients and choose a sunblock that's less expensive than some of these top-of-the-line ones that will sell it to you as an anti-aging thing when it's really just sunblock.
Yeah,
So
I get the Korean one off Amazon.
Yeah.
And it works great.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally agree with that.
Although I did have this weird situation happen recently where I had a mineral sunblock and I used it all over my body and went running, and my friends that I was running with couldn't believe what they saw. All of a sudden, I had sweat and it was like in beads all over me. I was glistening like it was just beaded up.
Oh.
And so obviously it wasn't letting me sweat properly either.
Ooh.
And it was just beating up. So you want to watch that, but the ingredients would be the same whether I had spent a lot of money on it or not.
Right. I agree with that. Okay, this might be controversial, but Michelin-star restaurants. I think I am the only person in the United States or the world that can, if it's a Michelin-star restaurant, I won't go.
You won't go?
I will not go.
Okay, I don't care necessarily if it is or it isn't, but I wouldn't purposely avoid it. Is it because you feel like they're overhyped at that point?
I think they're overhyped when I get there and I'm starving and you only get like a little thing.
Oh, I'm
and
not a fan of that.
And the plate's all decorated, but you get like and then you're eating things that you would never in your life even think to eat. And then I give everything to my husband and he's like, "You're not eating?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not eating raw fish eggs over raw no, I'm not eating that." So I've done it twice, coincidentally, and I told him we're not doing this again. I'm just cannot. So I think that Michelin-star restaurants, now there may be some fabulous ones out there that I just haven't tried, but every one I've tried has had that experience. We're super expensive. I mean, crazy expensive. And the food I wouldn't eat.
And I feel that way about just very, very fancy restaurants in general, in that, not that I won't go, and I've had some delicious meals, but given a choice,
Right.
there are usually, if you listed 10 restaurants, it is unlikely that I'm going to choose for my celebration dinner something that's very expensive. Even if you said to me it's completely covered.
Yeah.
This
No, I
isn't about the
agree.
money. It's usually, I like a good portion size.
Me too.
I love being able to bring home leftovers and
Me
enjoying it
too.
the second day.
Well, you're not having that at a
No,
Michelin-star
you're not.
restaurant.
You're not. So now there are some restaurants that I think have a Michelin-star rating that are like more mid-tier. We have a barbecue place in town that it was on the news the other day that they
Oh,
just
I
got.
didn't know that.
They
I
just
do
got
that.
Yeah, but I mean, even then though, there are some hoity-toity barbecue joints that my husband will say like, that's just not. I don't need a fancy bougie.
No. And the younger generation love it.
Yeah.
They love a Michelin-star restaurant. I'm like, how do they love it? They can't afford it.
They can't afford it. No.
But they love going to Michelin-star. I didn't even know it was a thing until I heard it was a thing.
I'm shocked that I would be stunned if my kids even cared at all about that, but that's because they're so broke. I think that,
But that's what I mean. It's
Right.
so expensive. How are these kids doing it unless they're getting in there for free as influencers?
as influencers.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
anyway, I'm not a Michelin-star
Right.
fan, but like I said, there may be one out there that I just haven't tried that's like Italian, that's really good, but not little piece Italian, like real big, like spaghetti and meatballs and that kind of stuff.
Ooh, that does sound. I want a lot of food. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I really want a lot.
Me too. Me too.
And if something is delicious, the less you give me of it, the less I'm happy, because then I just want more of it.
I know. I agree. Or I just want like a steak and French fries. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't
that
need
sounds
anything
good.
more
Baked
than
potato,
that.
maybe.
I mean, I'm good with just that, and not one bite of a steak with like designs all over it. I want a steak.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, okay, here's something that I think is definitely, it's not that it's not worth the money, it's just not as necessary as it once upon a time might have been to me, and that is jewelry. We had an episode a long time ago, and you were talking about mixing your jewelry. Like,
Yeah.
you could have like a really nice piece and then throw in some costume jewelry with it, and it looks great.
I
And
agree.
so I've kind of been adopting that too. Like I might wear multiple bracelets, and of these beaded bracelets, like E. Newton bracelets or bracelets that are
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I know my daughter and all of her friends love them, and I have several. They were gifts. But then I threw in with it. I literally went and bought some beads and made a few necklaces.
Oh my gosh.
Because I thought, you know what? I would love to have this color, but I don't ever see it.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of throw it in with these other bracelets.
I love that.
And it's just, I just made it. I did find out from doing that I don't love the beading idea. I'm not a crafting kind of
No.
person.
Yeah, I'm not a
And
crafting
even though it
person
was a
either.
means to an end, I didn't like sit there and say, this is so relaxing. I thought it was very stressful trying
I could see
to
that.
put the little string through the little bead.
Especially with our eyesight.
Bingo. But I did make a couple of little pieces that I've been wearing mixed in with some nicer pieces. And I'm happy
I love
with
that. I agree. And everything's so trendy now.
Yeah.
That like you'll love a piece and then that's over.
Yeah.
But you already bought it. And if you bought the real thing, it's over.
Yeah.
So I think having a good knockoff is just fine because next week or next month is going to be a new trend. So I don't know. I
Yep.
agree with that.
So there was one piece of quality jewelry that I saw, and you and I had a big conversation about it, and I almost bought, and I you know what, I should probably back away from this because I still might do this, but it was a nice piece of jewelry that I saw somewhere, and I was going to buy it as a gift, and then I was like, you know, I don't know if this person will appreciate it or not, and so I bought a knockoff. It was a man's bracelet. We talked about this.
Oh, yeah, we talked
The David
about that.
Yerman,
Yes.
right? And our coach of our team wears it. And I was like, it's such a good looking bracelet. And I know your husband has one
He has
version of it.
one.
Not the one that the coach has. The one the coach has was like thousands and thousands
Yeah,
of
no.
dollars because it was diamond encrusted.
Oh, no.
But I did opt for like a pretty nice knockoff though for my husband for Christmas because I didn't know if he would like it, didn't know if he would wear it. And I 100% knew that nobody he hangs out with was going to know the
Right.
difference.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there are some things that are worth the money, and then some things that are just are not.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Makeup that is viral. I feel like any makeup that has gone viral is not worth the money. And I have tried almost all of it, and I put my foot down after the Chanel water tint. I said
Chanel water tint? What is that even?
That was like a viral thing that Chanel had, and they sold out everywhere because once the influencers get on and talk about it, it's so expensive. Thank goodness, as an organizer, I keep all my receipts and all my boxes for any skincare, any makeup so that I can return it. And I make sure I buy it from someplace that it can be returned. And I returned it, and I said, and I'm done buying viral skincare and makeup. If it's viral, it's because the influencers are getting paid for it, not because it's really that good.
Correct.
So that's why I think a lot of this expensive skincare and makeup is definitely not. I use drugstore stuff to me that's way worth. It just looks better. It doesn't break me out. It doesn't irritate my skin. And then you get all this influencer stuff that they're touting. And I've just learned my lesson. So I don't think a lot of this expensive stuff is worth it.
One of these things, and I know you and I are going to agree to disagree on this one, but I buy, and I think I've talked about argan oil. We've talked about jojoba oil and some of the other different oils. To me, an expensive repackaging of that when all I care about is what the ingredients is,
Right.
when it's 100% argan oil.
Right.
Like, to me, it is not worth it to go and buy something that has
Like 20 other
brand
things
names.
in it.
Yeah, when what you know you want.
Right.
If you, to me, any product where you know what the number one ingredient
Yep.
is, it is worth looking into buying that product simply as one ingredient only.
Yep, I
kind
agree.
of like I'm doing with my ginger that I like, my
Yeah.
ginger tea.
100% agree with
I
that.
know which part of it I like, so I'm just going to go straight for that ingredient.
And I told you my Lubriderm, which is from the drugstore,
Right.
I mean, is amazing. I mean, absolutely
Lubriderm.
amazing. Yeah,
Where do
it's
you
in the
use
green
it?
and white bottle, and
Uh-huh.
it is
that hands and
gentle,
skin and-
well, it's for your body.
Okay.
And it's gentle exfoliation that you can do every single day, so your skin is
Oh, that's
so
right, that's right.
soft. I mean, so soft. And and that's what I mean. That's drugstore, and it didn't cost tons of money, but it works. So,
And by the way, if you see something on social media and a little shop now thing is across the bottom, you can know that this is not necessarily a dishonest review, but it's not a review like the kinds we're doing here where we're just telling you what we like.
Right.
These people have a stake in that. They are trying to convince you to purchase on that little shop now button, and then they're going to get a piece of it. Doesn't mean it's not a great product, but it also doesn't necessarily mean that it is one.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that some things are just not worth it. But anyway.
Do you have anything else on your list?
Yes, I do. When people say they can fix your eyes or your neck when you're over a certain age with products, and I mean even in office procedures, I think when you have hit a certain age that you are throwing your money down the toilet.
Okay, so you're talking about when they say, I've got this laser, or I've got that,
Yes, I do. I think
so it's a facelift or nothing.
Well, what I think is what's happening is, first of all, a new laser comes out every other week. So they tout one really big, and then 2 weeks later, when you go in for a facial or something, they go, oh, we got the biggest, next, greatest, fabulous, it's going to erase this and that. I just don't believe any of it anymore, and I really bought into it, especially in my 50s. Really bought into it. Now that I'm in my 60s, I don't buy into it anymore because I want honesty. I don't want to just be sold something that, number one, is extremely painful.
Oh, yeah.
Has any downtime or recovery, like bad downtime. Because I think your skin, as you're in your 60s, it's not going to ever look like you did if you had a facelift, or your neck. It's just not going to, because you have excess skin and you have gravity.
Right. Well, I think you have to look at it scientifically. So I did a pretty big peel. It was a laser one, where everything's peeling off. And I definitely got rid of a lot of discoloration. That's a scientific thing. I mean, if you've never had any kind of peel at all and you've had sun exposure, you definitely, if you take a few layers off, you're going to definitely see some more even-toned skin. Does it last? I don't know. It hasn't been very long for me since I had it. But as far as it bringing about this, tightening, that's where you really have to know that it's age, it's gravity.
I just think at some point, how much money are you going to throw down the toilet? I mean, and I'm talking only eyes and neck. I'm not saying skin, because there's so many great, like microneedling to me.
That's true. You did specifically say eyes and neck.
Penny.
Okay.
Not on the neck, not so much under the eyes, but skin texture and plumping and that kind of thing.
Okay, because that's what I had, and I found I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the results, I enjoyed the results. Totally didn't enjoy the procedure. The procedure's horrible.
Well,
for me, I hated it.
Yeah, I don't mind it as much. It's just you do have a little downtime. Not a lot, but you have a little downtime. But when they say I can do this for your eyes or this for your neck when you're in your 60s, run for the hills. Yeah. Because you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And even in my 50s, I did so much stuff, and I've never said, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No. I mean, other than microneedling, I've not really seen anything that I could say is worth it.
And you have to know, too, that most of those things, even like a microneedling or a peel, you're going to notice them more than anybody else. I mean, nobody else is.
Right.
I mean, if your pores are a little bit smaller, there's nobody, and least of all a man.
Right.
That's going to say, oh
no
baby, your pores are very tight today.
And they don't even care. My husband, his famous line, every time I go and get microneedling or a peel or anything like that, he'll say, what'd you do to your face? That's his line.
Yeah, because it looks like hamburger meat sometimes
Right.
afterwards.
I mean, like, he's like, why'd you do that? Like, they're like, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
Especially a good man who doesn't care either way.
Let's see. Okay, most of the apps that I downloaded are not worth the money. And I've gone in and I have deleted almost every
Is that
app.
right?
Yeah, because I don't think they're worth the money. And you can go into your Apple account and see what you're paying money for. And you're like, I'm paying that much?
Yes.
I never even used that thing. And so I just canceled. And I said, I'm not doing this anymore where I'm getting, because you get the app and then in order to do something so minute, they're like, oh, that's extra money. You have to sign up for a year membership. What I mean?
There's always those in-app purchases that are
Right.
the worst. So here's the thing that makes me laugh so much. Speaking of apps, this isn't necessarily something I don't think is worth the money. I actually do think it's worth the money, but I think it's hilarious that it's something I now have. And it's that I pay for the New York Times puzzles so that I can access the archives of the puzzle. So if I get on a bend and I'm like wanting to do a lot of Wordles, I can do all the Wordles I want because I can go back into the archives. And I'm like, how old do you have to be before you're paying? And it's like $6 a month, but I mean, before you're willing to pay money to do puzzles.
But at least that's good for your brain.
I mean, that's what I tell
that's
myself.
That's different.
I'm telling myself that, but I mean, seriously, like I'm literally paying money. You could not have convinced me that in my 40s that there would be a day where I'm
that
like,
you pay for Wordle,
that I'm going to pay for
New York
Wordle
Times.
or the New York Times puzzles.
Yeah, I there's very, very rarely an app that I say, oh my God, this is the best
Worth
app
every penny.
ever.
Worth every penny.
Even if it's $5, if you keep downloading, 5 turns to 10, 10 turns to 20.
Exactly.
And you're paying it like monthly, every 6 months, every year, and you never, ever, ever use the app. So that's what I did this past week. I did a clean sweep of all my apps.
Good.
So.
That's good to do. I try to do that regularly as well. And I definitely look on my bank account because if you don't, you never.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Anything else? I don't have anything else. Okay, well
That's
then let's.
it on for things that I think are not worth the money.
Okay. Well, I'm sure more will come to us as soon as we're done with this because that's how it works.
Yes.
So, what do you have organizationally for us?
Okay. Buy less and love what you own. And the reason why I said that is for the whole house because when you walk through your house, and this is my opinion, you should love everything you look at. You should love everything you own, and you should think when you're buying something, am I buying just to buy or am I buying because I really love this? And it will change the way you shop. And I think that's the problem, especially nowadays where everything is so easily accessible online. I see people just buying to buy and not really buying things they love. So, for instance, in my house, everything I have, and I know people think, oh, sure, right. I love everything in my house. And if I don't, it goes. Because I think that life is too short to not have a house that you've created yourself and that you can't wait to come home to at the end of the day.
I think when you go shopping, it's so easy, too, to say, what a deal. That's
Right.
a deal.
That's a deal. 2 for 1.
2 for 1. I need 2.
Yeah.
Or I've never seen anything like this before. I might never see it again.
Right.
Which is sometimes okay, but
Right.
So okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
that's
good
it.
stuff.
So I hope everybody takes that to heart and looks around their house when they're finished listening to the podcast and says, why do I have this statue of a horse that I inherited from so-and-so, but I hate it, and every time I look at it, it drives me crazy. There you go.
And if you love it, then
That's great.
You go, horse statue lady.
Right.
But if you don't love it,
Let it go.
It is time. You know what? We're going to circle back to that after we tell everybody that you can watch us on video now on Spotify. You can watch us on video on YouTube. And please share us with one person. And also, this is just the spiel that we do at the end. Also, if you want to join our Ladies Only Uncluttered and Unfiltered group, that is on Facebook. That is a group you have to be let into. It's not the regular social media sites that we have. Okay, having said that, if you have a statue of a horse and you don't love that, you need to let it go.
And definitely don't look back.